Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to BVLSI Design lecture number 25E. Today we are going to study the series connected PMOS pass transistor logic concept, and another concept we will learn is which is PMOS driving other PMOS pass transistor. So let us see this scenario. So we have series connected PMOS transistors connected back to back, three of them in fact, connected in series. All of their gate terminal is grounded. That means what? The PMOS transistors are on, all the three, MP1, MP2 and MP3. And we have applied Vin. So Vin can be logic 0, that is 0 volt, or logic 1, that is 5 volt. And the substrate terminal or the body terminal of all the PMOS transistors are tied to the VDD voltage, that is 5 volt. So what is the scenario over here is when we apply V in as 5 volt logic 1, what is the value of VA, what is the value of VB, and what is the value of V out? Okay. And then next, when we apply V in as logic 0, that is 0 volt, what is the value of VA, what is the value of VB, and what is the value of V out? So that is the question which we need to answer. So to answer this question, let us directly go into the LT spice simulation. Here it is, the same circuit. The gate terminal of all the PMOS transistors is connected to the ground. Okay, the substrate terminal or the body terminal is connected to the VDD for all the three. Let me just delete this. And the dot model statement says that the threshold voltage for the PMOS transistor is about around -1 volt. Okay, for the PMOS transistor, the threshold voltage is negative, and here it is -1 volt. So this is the information given to us. VDD is 5 volt, and V in can be 0 volt or 5 volt. So let us first start with 5 volt. Okay. Okay. So as the 5 volt as the input, we know that PMOS pass transistor logic passes a strong logic 1. So we are expecting that if V in over here is 5 volt, VA is 5 volt, VB is 5 volt, and V out is 5 volt. Let us simulate and see. So click on simulate, click on run. It will ask for a simulation command. Click on DC operating point and then click on OK. Fine. And then close this. And then we can double click on this wire and it will give you 5 volt as you can see. You can right click this and select the value of VA and click on OK. And then you can move this around. So that means VA is 5 volt. Similarly, next, let me take the cursor here. This is also 5. Let me mark this as VB so that I can move that point around. So VB voltage is also 5 volt. And finally V out. So V out is, let's say, it's also 5 volt. It's a surprise? No, it's not. It's the property of PMOS pass transistor logic. It passes a strong logic 1. So your logic 1 is 5 volt applied to here. Since the PMOS is on, it passes logic 1 as it is. So the output of first transistor is the input of the second transistor. So VA voltage is 5 volt, VV voltage is 5 volt. Okay. And the output of the second transistor is the input of the third transistor, which is 5 volt again. And since PMOS transistor passes logic 1, that is 5 volt perfectly, the output V out is also 5 volt. Okay, so this is the answer to the question: what will happen when we apply V in as 5 volt, and what was the value of VA, VB, and V out? And you got the answer. It is 5 volt, 5 volt, and 5 volt. Okay, no logic voltage loss at all. Now, what happens when we apply 0 volt? Okay, the story might be slightly different. When we apply 0 volt at the input, let us see what will happen to VA, VB, and V out value. So again, go to simulate, click on run. Oh, so we got the value of VA as 1 volt. We got the value of VB also as 1 volt. And we got the value of V out also as 1 volt. That means what? If you think carefully, your threshold voltage is -1. Your threshold voltage is -1. So basically, probably, the output voltage is just mod of VTP. The output voltage is just the mod of the threshold voltage at the output, as you can see. So it should, ideally speaking, the VA, VB, and V out value should be 0. Okay, and here surprisingly, it is coming out to be 1 volt. Now, let us see why this happens conceptually. We know that this happens over here, okay, as we have done this in simulation, and we got the value of VA, VB, and V out as same as 1 volt when the input is logic 0, okay, to the first PMOS transistor. Let us try to understand this. Okay, so this is the circuit. Again, back to the circuit. So over here, first we assume that all the threshold voltages of of the three NMOS, three PMOS fast transistors are the same. Okay, that's the assumption. And over here, the gate voltages are tied to 0 volt. That means all the PMOS transistors are on. And when we apply V in as 5 volt, VA, VB, and V out also is at 5 volt only. Okay, because it passes a strong logic 1. So whenever V in is 5 volt, VA is 5 volt, VB is 5 volt, and V out is also 5 volt. But the story is different when we apply. Okay, wait. The story is different when we apply a logic 0. That is when V in is 0 volt, VA is not 0, VB is not 0, and V out is not 0. Let us see why. So let us consider the first, let me just, yeah, let us consider the first PMOS transistor. Okay, so for the first PMOS transistor, the, this side over here is my drain. So, in a PMOS transistor, the higher potential is the source terminal. The drain is at a lower potential compared to that. Okay. So over here, this is my drain terminal, this is my source terminal, and this is my gate terminal. Gate terminal is 0. Uh, Drain terminal is also 0 volt. Here you see carefully. Okay. Drain terminal is 0 volt. Gate terminal is 0 volt. So what is VGS? So for a, let me just reduce it slightly. Okay. So for a PMOS transistor, for a P channel to exist, we want the VGS value should be less than or equal to VTP. Remember, VGS and the VTP value both are negative for your P channel MOSFET. That is for PMOS. So for P channel to exist, this is the condition. The VGS value should be at least VTP value. Okay. So here what we do, VGS value we calculate. So VGS value should be VG minus Vs. Now, ideally speaking, we will love to have a 0 volt at the source terminal, but we can never have that. If Vs terminal is 0, VGS becomes equal to 0 and it will violate the condition for P channel to exist. We cannot let happen that. So what we do is we keep the value of Vs as mod of at mod of VTP. We have the value of, I mean, we are getting it mod of VTP only at the output. If you see carefully, VTP is minus 1 volt and we are getting mod of that. That is what we are getting at the VA value. Okay. So the minimum value of the output voltage is your threshold voltage, which is the mod of VTP. Because this is happening because for the P channel to exist. Okay. Now this 1 volt is being applied to the second transistor. So what is the output voltage over here? Let us check now. So for the second PMOS transistor MP2, your drain voltage is at VTP. Your gate voltage is at 0. So what should be the source voltage? Again, the VGS value is of concern, not the drain voltage over here. Okay. So what will happen over here is VGS value is VG minus VS. VG value is 0 volt. VS value has to be mod of VTP. VS value, if it is 0, then this VGS value will be also 0, which we cannot let happen, right? Hence, your VGS value has to be mod of VTP for a P channel to exist. That's why over here, VB voltage is also 1 volt. VTO, I mean, VTO is same as VTP, which is minus 1. So your VB is mod of VTO, which is 1 volt. Okay. Now let us check why V out is 1 volt. So we have to go for the third transistor, I guess. So for the third PMOS transistor, again the drain terminal is at mod of VTP, gate terminal is 0, and the source terminal has to be mod of VTP for a P channel to exist for the similar conditions which we have discussed just now. Okay, hence your V out value is also at 1 volt. Fine. So in case of your PMOS transistor, this is the condition. There is a one threshold voltage loss which is occurring in the series connected chain of your PMOS transistors. So whenever Vin is 0 volt, VA is the minimum value, which is mod of VTP. VB reaches the minimum value and the output reaches the minimum value, which is mod of VTP. And this is true regardless of number of PMOS transistors in the chain. So if you connect 100 of PMOS transistors in this chain, and if you apply logic 0, the output of all of them will be the mod of VTP value, whatever the VTP value is. If it is -1, it will be 1 volt throughout the long chain of 100 transistors. Okay, so this was the discussion on the series connected PMOS pass transistor. Next, we move on to the next topic, that is PMOS driving under another PMOS pass transistor logic. So over here, the output of the first PMOS transistor is driving the gate terminal of the second PMOS transistor. So here, the condition is same. What will happen if we apply V in as 5 volt? What is the output of the first transistor and what is the output of the second transistor? And what will happen when V in is 0 volt? What is the output of the first transistor and what is the output of the second transistor? That is what we are determining. Here again, we are assuming that the threshold voltage of both the transistors are the same. Okay, so mod of VTP is equal to mod of VTP2 is equal to mod of VTP. Okay, VTP1. Fine. Now let us try to directly simulate this and answer our questions. So again, I'll go to LT-Spice. I'll open the window. The circuit is already made uh, for reference to save time. Let me close this and let me click on yes. Okay. Over here, um, we have a similar kind of a situation, but in this case, we have a first PMOS transistor output driving the second PMOS transistor output. Okay, so here we'll quickly see the first transistor over here, the gate terminal is grounded. The second transistor gate terminal is not grounded. Okay, the body terminal of both the transistors is connected to VDD, that is for sure. And we are determining what will happen when we apply logic 1 to the input, okay, to the input of the first transistor and and to the input of the second transistor. Fine. What is the output of the second transistor, which is Vx? What is the Vx value when we apply V in as logic 0? And what is the V out value? Similarly, when we apply V in as 5 volt, what is the value of Vx and what is the value of V out? And over here, we have applied the value of VTO as minus zero point 0.5. Let me make it minus 1 volt for similarity. Okay. So VTO value is coming out to be, I mean, we have given as VTP, which is same as VTO, which is written in the dot model statement. So its threshold voltage is -1 for both the transistors. Fine. So let us start. So let me simulate and give first 5 volt and see what is the value of Vx and V out. So we go to simulate, click on run, and click on this wire. It will give the value of Vx, and I'll right click over here and mark it as Vx so that I can move it around. If I don't do this, then I cannot have this value moved around. Okay, it will be on the wire itself. And similarly, let's check the value of the output voltage. So this is my output voltage. Okay, yeah, here it is. So whenever V in is logic 1, Vx value, the output of the first transistor is 5 volt and the output of the second transistor is also at 5 volt. Okay, now how this happens? Now we know that your PMOS pass transistor logic passes a strong logic 1. So there is no doubt in the first case that V in is 5 volt, that is logic 1. So the output of the PMOS transistor Vx also will be 5 volt. Now this 5 volt is given to the this 5 volt is given to the gate of the PMOS transistor. Okay, and whenever we apply 5 volt to the gate of your PMOS transistor, that transistor is off. That transistor is off. Okay, so basically this V in is also 5 volt, I guess, right? Let me check this value. Yeah, this is also 5 volt. And PMOS pass transistor logic passes a strong logic 1. Okay, that is why when we apply V in as logic 1 at the input of the first transistor, the output Vx is at logic 1, that is 5 volt. Now, this gate voltage is given as 5 volt. Okay, fine. So, but the output voltage is still at 5 volt. Now, how this is possible? We will look into in detail. Let me use the annotations over here. So right now the situation over here is this is at 5 volt, this is at 5 volt, and this is also at 5 volt. That means what? VGS, this is gate voltage, this is source voltage. VGS value is 0. So when VGS value is 0, whenever the PMOS transistor is off. And here indeed the PMOS transistor is off. Hence, if we apply a 5 volt at the gate of PMOS transistor, irrespective of whether the Vin is logic 0 or logic 1, your output value will be 5 volt. Okay, your output value will be 5 volts. So that is what we are getting over here. Let me clear the drawings now. Okay, so well, let's see what will happen when we apply V in as logic 0. So let us see what will happen when we'll apply V in as logic 0. So when V in is logic 0, what is my Vx and what is my Vout? My Vx is 1 volt and my Vout is 2 volt. Okay, my Vx value is 1 volt and my Vout value is 2 volt. Now let us try to understand this. Let us again go back to the circuit. So this is my circuit. Okay, and V in is applied as 0 volt. So let us see what will be the output of the first transistor. So here, this is the output of the first transistor, correct? Yeah, I think there is some slight error over here. This is logic 0. Yeah, this is logic 0, not VTP. This is logic 0. Let me use the annotations and do something about it. Okay, this is, let me write logic 0. So we have a logic 0 applied to the drain terminal. Gate terminal is grounded, which is 0 volt. So what should be the source terminal voltage? Ideally, we will love to have a source voltage of 0, logic 0. But will doesn't happen because for a PMOS transistor to conduct or for a P channel to exist, VGS has to be at least VTP or a mod of VTP actually. So VGS value should be VG minus VS. That means VGS value has to be VG is 0 volt. So VS, if it is 0 volt, then VGS becomes 0. Then the P channel is not formed. Okay, and when the P channel is not formed, your transistor is off. So we don't want that. We want that the P channel to exist. So for that to happen, the source voltage has to be mod of VTP. The source voltage has to be mod of VTP. That is why over here, let me clear the drawings now. Remember that this drain voltage is at logic 0. By mistake, it is written mod of VTP. Let me go back to this. So that is why Vx over here, the output of the first transistor is mod of VTP, which is 1 volt. Mod of minus 1, which is 1 volt. Okay. Now let us see the second scenario. The second scenario is the gate voltage of the second transistor is at 1 volt or at mod of VTP. Okay, and the drain voltage is 0 volt and we determining the source voltage. So over here, my gate voltage is mod of VTP, my drain voltage is 0 volt. So what should be the value of the source voltage? So VGS value should be VG minus VS, correct? VG value is VTP, mod of VTP. So VS cannot be mod of VTP. It has to be twice of, mod of twice of VTP. Why? Because only then we can write over here VGS is equal to mod of VTP. We cannot write unless otherwise. Okay, I hope that this is clear. We have to make the VGS value at least VTP. Okay, for a P channel to exist. That is why the source voltage over here is mod of twice into VTP value. That is the reason why at the output of the second transistor we are getting mod of twice of VTP, that is mod of twice into 1, that is 2 volt. Okay, is that clear? So that is why this shows that by connecting the PMOS transistors in this manner will induce a 1 voltage drop across each output. So if you connect one more chain, the output voltage might become 3 volt. So we have a logic one, logic 0. We have a lot of higher voltage at logic 0, and which is not good at all. So this kind of a design should not be practiced at all wherein we are driving one PMOS transistor to another PMOS transistor. Okay, so this kind of your design should be avoided completely. But if a numerical comes and you have to answer that question, it has to be answered in this fashion, that if Vin is 0 volt, your output of the first transistor will be mod of VTP, and the output of the second transistor will be V minimum plus mod of VTP, which will be mod of twice VTP value. Okay, so that is the solution what we are looking for. And in case where Vin is equal to 5 volt, your output of the first transistor is logic 1, that is 5 volt, and also the the mod of the output of the second transistor is also logic 1. That is what we have seen. Okay, so we have completed the discussion of PMOS transistor driving other PMOS transistor and the series connected PMOS pass transistor logic concept. Okay, both by a concept and by a simulation in LT-Spice. So I think that's it for this lecture session. Next time we'll begin with some other topic. Until then, have a good day and thank you.